Welcome to the fight game. He's Icewater, I'm Puma, and check us out right here on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's talk about the fight last week. Benn and Eubank, number two. And I was, I think it was a great fight, or, decent fight. But Ben was saying after the fight, I knew he didn't want any after I hit him with a good right. And he put him down in that last round. I mean, it was the vicious, vicious punches that put him down. And Ben, I guess, wanted to leave no doubt who the better fighter was. Now they're 1-1. I don't know if they're going to fight again. I know Ben said he wants to go down in weight because he didn't want to be at 160 anymore and he wants to go to 147. I know you got a lot of folks there and a list of folks at 147 that he could take. Also, your son. So let's talk about that fight, man. What do you what do you think about last weekend's fight?
I mean, one, I was totally confused because I swore Ben was being trained by Bomac.
Me too.
And then after I saw it all around, Bomac coached Eubanks. I was like, wow. Because I thought that would help Eubanks come out of his shell, whatever, because you remember in the first fight that Eubanks suffered a lot of punishment, right? Even though Ben lost. So maybe this time he was like, yeah, he wasn't ready for it. So I went and punished him and got him out of there. So I see the switch, but I was really surprised about Bowman being in the loser corner and had to wonder a little bit, is Bomac just Terrence guy? Is he ready for other people? Or maybe that's just Terrence guy. I was watching something before where you really have an appreciation for great trainers, right? And I know how a lot of people don't understand what Floyd Mayweather Sr. meant to Oscar De La Hoya.
Mm-hmm.
He helped De La Hoya in some of his biggest fights ever that he won because he taught him certain styles. So it takes a lot. I'm not saying it's easy, but kudos to Ben for doing what he had to do to not win, just win, but win convincingly.
Yeah, he left no doubt. He left no doubt in
No,
that.
no, no.
Yeah, and he was. I mean, like he said in his post conference, he was like, "Hey, I knew this was easy work. It was easy work for me. Once I hit him with that good right, it's almost like it brought back the first fight for him, and it was like it was easy pickings from there."
Yeah, because you mentioned about Conor Ben going to 147, where he said he felt real comfortable. Said he wanted to drop, he started calling names out. Devin Haney, who has a big fight coming up. Brian Norman Jr., Barrios. And then, of course, he's already been entertaining that my son at 140, Shakur Stevenson. So I like seeing drop because if you can fight at 160 and the way he did and was dominant, and you see a guy like that, you know what he can do when he drop down, as long as he can handle the weight change, right? As long as he can handle the weight change. I'm interested because I think he can be, if you can beat the hell out of some 160s, what can you do with that power? 147. Ooh.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. But November 22nd, right around the corner this weekend. Woo-hoo. Riyadh. Riyadh. So great fights. David Benavidez will be fighting Anthony Yarde. Yarde is a tough fighter, very strong. But of course, they say the Mexican monster might try to handle that business, but still a good light heavyweight fight. All right, we have Devin Haney. Devin Haney is fighting versus Brian Norman Jr. We've been talking about this for a while for Norman's WBO welterweight title, and I think Norman had mentioned that I'm a real true welterweight. So people have been asking the question, what Devin Haney are we going to see? You know, people don't. Some people think that he has not recovered from the fight with Ryan Garcia, and the last fight that he won, people say he ran.
Yeah.
You know, it was Tom and Jerry. So we don't know what's going to happen there from the standpoint of Brian Norman Jr. They say is a puncher. He's going to hit him, and don't underestimate Devin Haney though, because he's a hell of a boxer. It just depends on where his mind is at, and I think he wants to prove that he's capable by winning this fight. So I think it's going to be an interesting fight from that standpoint. Also, legendary people that talk about the legendary Jesse Bam Rodriguez versus Fernando Daniel Martinez for his WBC junior bantamweight title. So he's getting two titles. And I'm not trying to be funny on Bam, but y'all keep praising this guy, and I think he's amazing. But we know it what need to happen. You got a real date at 118 waiting on you have to win this fight with Nakatani. And then if you want to keep being great and want to really challenge yourself, 122, the monster's waiting too. So, I mean, go on, get this out the way and let's find out what you made of. Okay. I ain't hating on you. I'm just saying, y'all keep putting him above on the pound for pound list, those that are voting, above my boy Nakatani. And I understand it. Potential's one thing, but damn, my man got 32 fights and he has a lot of knockouts undefeated.
Right.
I don't get it, but hey, you don't know about Nakatani from Japan and he don't get the love, so I don't know what the judges are saying, but we're gonna find out soon. But Cleveland's own Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes
That's what I
for
was.
the vacant WBO lightweight title. I think this is amazing because Abdullah Mason is very young and he's taking a huge step. Sam Noakes is very tough, veteran fighter, and it'll be interesting for this vacant title because now if Mason wins, he's a champion. And that's going to open the door for a lot of different things at that weight. So lightweight title was at 140. And there's a lot of people over there. You got Hitchens, you got Tiafimo, you got my son, and you got Shakur. So it's a lot of doors will be open. Also, the businessman's at 140. Yeah. So if it can happen, there's a lot of potential for Abdullah Mason. This is a card I'm really excited about. I just hope we get some challenging fights, some really strong contests, because I can't take another disappointment like we had out in New York. That was horrible. So
Yeah.
hopefully these guys coming in and give us something.
All right. Anything else in boxing before we go to the UFC?
Uh, it's not boxing, so I ain't gonna mess with it. But
Please, please do not do that. Please do not do that. We vowed not to do that. So if you want to do it, go ahead. But I'm just
nah,
turn away.
I'm not going. Well, too bad I have no last second shot on here. But no, but no,
We can create it.
I'm gonna let you go at UFC.
Oh, shame on you, Netflix. Shame on you. That's what I'll say about it. They had the UFC 322. Of course, Islam won in a decision, 5-round decision. Valentina won her fight in a decision against Zhang. Zhang says, hey, she got the better of me, but I will continue to fight. I look forward to her fighting again. Morales beat Sean Brady. You had Carlos Petras beating Leon Edwards in a TKO in the second round. It was kind of funny because there's a shot or a replay of Leon just hitting him on the side of the face, and he's just looking at the camera like, he's getting hit by a little kid. He guy's on his back. So that was pretty funny. On the undercard, one of the fights that I was looking forward to seeing this fighter win because I follow her on Instagram is Tracy Cortez. She lost in a submission to Erwin Blanchfield. And so I was looking forward to her to win because she's very, very charismatic. I see her workout regimen on Instagram, and hopefully she comes back and comes back stronger. The fight card, it just wasn't that that we noticed. There's one more UFC 23 that's coming up in December. That's the last of the year. This was a decent card. A lot of folks got knocked out, but they had some submissions and they had some decisions. So, Tracy, keep your head up. We love you over here, and we'll see you soon. Anything else before we get out of here?
I was gonna do it, but you say don't do it. So
Go ahead and do it, man. Go ahead and do it.
I know a lot of y'all watch this, and I'm gonna say because when I think about Jake Paul and what he's doing over there in entertainment, I said it last, and I think I'm gonna keep saying it until you guys get it, or y'all can just tell me I'm crazy. Of course, we had that great event that was canceled because they mentioned and said that Tank Davis had some issues with one of the baby mothers and things like that. But the Davis camp was coming out and saying the reason why the fight with Jake Paul was canceled is because Jake Paul could not make the mandatory weight of 190. And they used that an excuse with Tank's legal troubles as to why the fight was canceled. So that just makes you wonder a little bit. But then again, it comes back into the same thing that you buy into entertainment and they can tell you anything. They can tell you anything. I do say this and get off this lastly is the fact that now apparently there's some talks about the great promoter Jake Paul is in negotiations with Anthony Joshua, right? So you think about that. Small Tank Davis versus the bigger man, and now you want to go against Anthony Joshua, a real heavyweight. And then there was stipulations. What was it that he has to come in at 245 or less in order for you to fight him? Okay, so we're gonna find out one or two things. Either they're gonna give, and just my opinion, because it's entertainment. I can't really take this seriously. And what I watch, yes, because I used to watch wrestling. So hell, same thing when I look at this. Same thing. But to watch the story develop, the question is, we're either going to see Anthony Joshua get a bunch of money, I think, to lay down. I know y'all want to hear that. Or I think that maybe it may be a time that Jake Paul finally says, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out with a bang. And if he's gonna get knocked out, why not get knocked out by a former world champion? He's gonna continue to still collect checks because he's going to continue to promote and do some other things. And he could always come back out of a comeback, right? Take some time off, come back, and y'all buy right into it too. Same wrestling, we watch the same thing. Big time wrestling, WWE. We just wait. Sting went off, he came back. Hulk Hogan came back, left, he came back. Ric Flair left, he came back. Then they switched to other companies, they came back. The Hart Found, everybody come back. The World Warriors, everybody come back. So y'all like a good story and y'all like comebacks, right? So that's what I'm saying. Think how many times did Stone Cold Steve Austin come back? I think they call it right now, he'll come back. So the world of entertainment likes the guys coming back and giving you what you need. Jake Paul, if nothing else, is running a strong campaign because he know most of you entertainment watchers will buy anything he sells. And I ain't mad at that. That's genius. I wish I could come up with something like that that y'all would all buy in and I could just give you some bullshit and you buy into it. I'm not buying into it at all. Would I watch it because it's free? Hell yeah. Somebody else got a Netflix subscription. Don't cost me no money. Yeah, maybe I'm a sucker too because I'm watching this shit too. And I'm cool with that. But I ain't paying for it. So in my mind, I'm getting over, right? But y'all keep on supporting what you want to. Again, I can't see it as boxing. I see it as strict entertainment. And that's how all it is. So at the end of the day, you make the call. What you want? You want real boxing or you like entertainment?
Well, I'll say it like this. It may be genius to some folks, but it's not original. There's a sucker born every day. Y'all want to watch this? Y'all the suckers that were born every day to watch this because he's really collecting off, and that's been running for over 150 years. The Barnum and Bailey Circus, and it's a circus, and he got the concept. He's running with it, and y'all proving Barnum and Bailey right. There's a sucker born every day, and if you really take this seriously, because I think it's coming up in December 31st. If y'all take that seriously and y'all want to sit there and watch it on New Year's Eve, go ahead and do it. I won't even watch the replay or entertainment or anything because this is a joke. That's our show. This is the Fight Game. This is Icewater and Puma.